You've probably seen some analysis from YouTube channels and from outlets out there regarding Rachel Zegler and Halle Bailey sitting down together for variety and talking about all things that, well, are interesting, I suppose, to those who want to see their careers revivified. And who knows, maybe they'll be successful. I have my doubts, and I suppose you do as well. And partially that's because some of those words and some of those things they've said in the past were vitriolic, painful, derisive, divisive, and damaging to others and their careers. Today we're taking a look at what they've said in the past and whether or not these two ladies at this juncture, at this point, deserve that redemptive arc, or is all of this just a callous ploy to bring back their careers, their investments that the studios have in them. Hello folks, welcome back to the WDW Pro channel. A joy that you have joined us. We here endeavor to explain entertainment and keep you ahead of the culture curve. As always, we love doing so. Hollywood might not, but we keep at it because we are free of the corporate message. Today, folks, we're talking about Rachel Zegler, Halle Bailey, two women that we wish the best for. But while we wish the best for them, we also want to know, is their apology tour that seems to have begun authentic, or is it part of that corporate narrative that we were just discussing? Is it all a facade, or is there anything real behind this? Today we're going to examine it, and we think you might find some of this very interesting in terms of the business side of making people and their personalities, even when reprehensible, even when gravely damaged, look good again. All right, folks, it's time to get into our next topic as we are in hour number 3 of the Pro Show. Yes, we've got the opportunity to go longer than we could back when we were on Thursdays 5 to 7. Now we are noon to 3 on Tuesdays. Happy to have all of you joining us for this one. And we are right here as you all are working away at whatever you're doing. Happy to be a part of your life in the background playing, and hope we're adding to the material of your day. Some young actresses are hoping that you'll also allow them to be the material of your day one day. That is Rachel Zegler and Halle Bailey. They are deeply concerned, apparently, or perhaps their corporate overlords are deeply worried that they are not quite as marketable as they once were. And so today we're going to the Daily Wire for this article by Amanda Prestige. I don't know, Jonas, help me out on this one.
It's a magical last name.
Prestigiacomo. Yeah, it is. Prestigiacomo would be my guess.
Prestigiacomo. We'll go with that.
You
Disney
watch your
does...
mouth, Jonas. This is a family program.
He led me into saying it. Does full 180
I
on
have
Snow
behaved
White?
this whole time, and I'm not going to stand here while you're saying that kind of stuff.
Can't believe he would do this.
There's children watching.
Disney actress Rachel Zegler, a vocal left-wing activist, is singing a different tune about the 1937 animated film Snow White amid backlash over her past feminist complaints about the Disney classic. And after the Daily Wire announced it is producing its own take on the timeless fairy tale. During an interview for Variety with fellow Disney actress Halle Bailey, Zegler gushed over the original Snow White as a monumental moment in film history. You know what? We could watch that, but why don't, or we could read it, but why don't we watch it? And as we do so, folks, here's what I would recommend to you. Consider why it is that these two young actresses are suddenly together and why it is that they are suddenly so verbose. You all have seen, and I'm not trying to insult them in any way, but I'm just trying to say that when we have seen them interviewed in the past, they did not speak this way. It's not just the content. It is the tone. It is the cadence. It is the rhythm and the vernacular which they use. I'm not saying this was edited. I'm not saying that there are perhaps people holding cue cards or, shall we say, teleprompters off screen. I'm just saying, think about it. Here we go.
Being an amazing Latina woman as Snow White, like, first of all, wow. And you are opening so many doors for your whole community as well. Like, what has that felt like? And has that been different or difficult to step into that world for you? Is it pressure? What do you feel?
I mean, definitely pressure. The cartoon is so beloved. It's like a monumental moment in film history.
Yeah.
It was like the first feature-length cartoon movie, to the point where it won honorary Oscars and
Yeah.
all of these amazing things that happened for that film are the reason that you and I really get to sit here today because it
Yes.
made Disney what it is.
Mhm.
So of course there's like this pressure of being the first one, having to bring to life the first one and
Yes.
All right, panel, thoughts on that so far? It does. Let's just say this: why are they together for Variety in this way? Who made the calls to do this?
Okay, this is part of a thing that Variety does where they have actors talk to other actors and directors talk to the directors and stuff like that.
But who arranged for these two? Why do you think that? Why do you think of everybody they could have had? It was these two on this topic.
Because
I
they got a
think
good publicist.
Yeah, for every reason we're about to discuss here, I think here. This is one of the most paid for, pre-set up. We dictate what you're going to say, and this is what you should talk about. And you should hit these bullet points. Conversation I've ever heard in my life, and even through all that, even though their hands are probably being guided through this whole thing, she still comes off egotistical as hell.
Yes, she's the first. She
she's the
puts Jennifer
first.
Lawrence to shame. All right, let's keep at
the
it.
thing I would say here is I would be looking for what is listed as an exclusive on Variety in recent history and relates to the Walt Disney Company. I would say that's probably the trade-off of getting these two together for this particular interview.
Yeah, I mean, they also, for instance, got Cillian Murphy to talk to Margot Robbie, for the whole Barbenheimer thing. So yeah, there's synergy with it for obvious reasons. These two being the Disney princesses of the moment. That's why.
Who have failing movies, but it's fine.
Yeah,
that's come with a lot of pressure that I've put on myself, and also, I mean, much like Hunger Games, there's just a very dedicated group of people who love Disney cartoons. I'm one of them. I love everything that the Disney Company has put out. And
is this a bit of a stark contrast? Oh, she loves
no,
this out.
is
How
more
dare you?
back. Well, this is more back to what happened in the early weeks when she was announced as the role. Because if you take a look at her social media around that week, she is screaming of joy that she's Snow White. When she goes on some of the late night talk show hosts and they bring it up, she is very complimentary about it. It's only when we see that one interview when she's with Gal Gadot that we get the about face, so to speak.
Right. That at D23, the Disney Expo.
Yeah, and that was what caused all these waves. And I think this action here is to try and get back to what they were trying to present as her prior to that event.
She had some media training between then and now, definitely. 100%.
Well, she had media training all the way through because she was told to say those things sitting next to Gal Gadot, just like she's being told to say these things now, just like she was being told to say those things on her TikTok and on the Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or whatever late night talk show it was. That is what an actor does. They have a publicist.
Jimmy Kimmel one was not good either.
The one before that or the one after? It was one of the late night talk shows.
The one where she was talking about how she gets noticed in Disneyland, and she almost almost said.
So that was the one right before the strikes. Okay,
yeah, it didn't go well.
Right. She said she was annoyed at getting seen. Well, she didn't use the word annoyed.
Paraphrasing,
she acted annoyed. Yeah, I think she was telling a story, and so we've talked about this at length, but I'll recap some of the ideas here. Gal Gadot and Gadot, whatever her name is, Gadot. And Rachel Zegler had similar talking points. Somehow Rachel Zegler took the same talking points, got super awkward with it, started saying things like, maybe my, who knows who's going to be in the film? Maybe my co-star, male lead, is going to be fired from the film. She got really weird with it and very comfortable in a way that was very off-putting. And I think in this, she's laid back, she's comfortable. She has probably been coached to high heavens on what to say and what not to say here. So.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%.
All right, let's continue on.
In the past million years, 100 years this year. And so
100, that's crazy.
And so how do you put little baby Rachel at ease with what you're doing in your career? Like, how is it that you come to this role and make little Rachel proud? And that was really what I used to fuel my emotion on that set and who I was, because all the
You mean
pictures
little
are out there of
Rachel who
little
only
me
watched
in
Snow
my
White
Snow
once when she was a kid?
I also am curious. I mean, they come off as inauthentic as I think any two young women can.
There's no that's way. The part that really bothered me. Yeah,
there's no way on God's green earth that they talk like this in their private lives. Period. This is just
this is
crazy.
Acting, pure acting.
Yes, and it's syrupy. I don't like the syrupy nature of this. So I don't buy anything.
We even have the quote from her herself where she says, "I watched it once when I was younger and I didn't really care for it. And then I watched it again recently and I realized how old-timey it was," or however she put it. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me so disappointed for the entire generation. Just honestly.
It's like Kevin Smith all over again.
Also, the bizarre wardrobe. They pretty much put Halle Bailey in a towel for that interview, which is, I'll say, a strange choice. It doesn't make either of these actresses relatable to put them in unusual fashion. Not even like normal, nice clothes, just like weird fashion. It kind of goes in the opposite direction.
That's Hollywood, though. That's how Hollywood is.
Yep.
I just you can just tell they're lying with the way they act. Like,
which means they're not great actresses.
The movies, no matter what, the movie's not going to do well anyway. Its budget's like $300 million, has to make $700 million. Little Mermaid had like a fraction of the the backlash, and it made like $550 or something.
700, boy, are you being generous?
Yeah. There's no way Snow White breaks even or makes a profit or anything. It's going to bomb.
No, I feel bad for Mark Webb. More like $1 billion to be even remotely profitable is my point.
Yeah.
Well, after all they've done, yes. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that we were fair. Remember, we do not seek ill will towards either of these two ladies we've been discussing. We hope that they will do well in their careers. We hope that they will learn how to manage their public personas as well as can be. We're just not happy, especially with Zegler. Halle Bailey, not on the same level by any means, but Zegler really has done some things that were reprehensible, and it would be nice for her to come forth with repentance, I think. And repentance is different than just a spin or sidestepping. Repentance is saying, when I attempted to be very nauseously negative about Gina Carano and Jeremy Renner, that was inappropriate. I shouldn't have done that. Those would be nice things, and that would be a good start for her. Until that happens, I don't know how much we're going to go along with this attempt. But folks, here's the attempt we'd like from you. If you wouldn't mind, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. When you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.